My thought.
Does this 51,443 include the 3% raise, or will that be added to? That includes it. Okay. And the officers would still have to serve a year probation, is that correct? And is it going to be your priority to hire individuals with the ILEA, the academy, or are you going to take people without and we have to pay for the academy? Okay.
Salary increase or not, it's troublesome to me that we're 2 months out and we're 2 officers down for the citizens of our town. We've got lots of graffiti being written, BBs being shot at people's houses, and we're down 2 officers. I guess my question is, why have we waited this long? Over an SOP? Our town has waited 2+ months of you not getting 2 officers in there on the streets because of an SOP. I mean, that's troublesome to me. So we're 2 guys less on the street because of, I mean, we're elected, and we have constituents that come to us and want to know why we don't have more guys on the street. You're not elected, and it just seems to me troublesome that we could have had 2 officers on the street, or at least we could have had the process started, and then you could have come to us with this. So it's very troublesome to me that you didn't do the due diligence to have this done more than 2 months ago.
Does anyone want to make a motion to approve this?
I second the motion.
Make a motion.
You didn't make a motion.
Would you like to make a motion?
Sure. I make a motion to approve the increase in salary for the first-year policeman, bring it up to the other police departments around the area to compete.
Do I hear a second?
We need to say with academy and without, because we'll be changing the salaries
this.
for both. That's okay, no, I just, so that the,
Can it, as stated in the,
As stated in the thing here.
Proposal, yeah.
Thank you.
do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the request to increase probationary salaries to that of a fully fledged officer, as per the handout that was provided. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pose same sign. Okay, motion carries.
Thanks for your service, Chief.
Okay, next item on the agenda, school resource officer contract. Jenny?
back in the spring, Chief Rainey, Gary, myself, met with Dr. Schaefer and Tom Johnson with the Danville Community School Corporation to update this agreement for 2018. In the past, the school has not shared 50/50 with the town of Danville on the salary, benefits, and the whole combination that goes into the school resource officer. We addressed that with Dr. Schaefer and Tom Johnson, and this contract for next year is truly a 50/50 split. So I'm very pleased with that we got that accomplished this year. And I met with Dr. Schaefer last week, and he relayed to me that Amy Harvey's very happy with Officer Oliphant's performance, and that they don't have any issues at all, and that the school board passed the contract at the last school board meeting, so it's now presented to the council for your approval. And I'm sorry, what did you say?
Can we pass this and then change the job description? Because we've talked about, at our executive session we're supposed to have, we were going to discuss changing the job description of the SRO.
Yes.
If we pass this, we are able to change the job description.
What we would have to do is, we could pass this contract tonight. If in the executive session you wanted to make any changes, we would amend the contract for next year.
Okay.
And that would be decided between the council and Dr. Schaefer and the school board.
Any other questions? No questions, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the SRO contract as presented for the Danville School Corporation. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. Next is Center Township Fire Contract. I see Judy's not.
I'm happy to present it on her behalf. Judy and I worked together, along with Chief Morgan, the attorney for Center Township, and it was presented to Chul for his approval, his final blessing. This does go along with the 2018 budget that you guys approved as far as reimbursement for the salaries and increasing the new chiefs to 100% reimbursement from Center Township for them to become full-time. This is the max to exceed you'll see in her contract. And that's the only changes. Everything else is the same.
Any questions?
Correct, Chief Morgan? Do you need to add anything?
Any questions? If there are no questions, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the Center Township Fire Contract. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
Next is Marion Township. Mark, did you want to speak to that? You're listed, so.
I did it.
Questions? If there are no questions, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
President, I'll make a motion that we approve the fire protection and fire rescue contract with Marion Township.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the Marion Township Fire Contract. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Carries. Thank you. Are there any wishes to be heard from the public? It's not on the agenda. Something that
Vultures.
we talked about that last meeting.
Your copy for reference.
Okay, hearing none from the public. Laura?
Oh, I've got a couple of items. First, I apologize for not having the agenda up. The laptop decided to do an update, and I had no control over that, so. The other couple of items I had, as you all know, Gary is recuperating in rehab starting this week, and we have an employee holiday party coming up. That he is the star of that show. And so I spoke with him today, and he's made some inquiries to see about maybe canceling, or not canceling, postponing it for 1 week and moving it from December 14th, which was what was approved in the holiday ordinance, bumping it up to December 21st. So he would like a little bit more time, probably tomorrow, to talk with staff about making that change. So if you are giving consensus, I'd like to see if you'd be willing to amend the ordinance to add an either/or, a December 14th or December 21st date, to give us that flexibility if he wants to. Want to throw that out there for discussion.
I have no problem with that.
And we can bring back the ordinance, the amendment to it at the December 18th meeting. Your direction, we can sort that out.
Consensus.
Thank you. Because we all want him to be there, so extra week can go
And I
a long
can-
way.
And I can mention, I went to see him this afternoon. He is being moved to, with his permission, I can share, that he's being moved to Villages of Avon this evening. He's probably been moved there by now.
Yeah.
Within a half hour of my leaving, they were going to transfer him. He's on medication that seems to be helping some, and is looking forward to having the issue be resolved. So he is very open to visitors, so if anyone wants to see him, he would welcome the company.
And we should know tomorrow, he's going to call me in the morning when he's settled and let us know his accommodations and where he can receive visitors.
Thought they were going to move him to Fidel's.
They may have to on the 14th or 21st. Couple other items, I left at your seats a copy of the boards and commissions appointments. You'd previously received the public notice that's going in the Republican and the flyer and on our Facebook, et cetera, promoting the openings that we have and terms expiring at the end of this year. So I realized I hadn't included that for you in case you had questions about which ones were coming available, so provide that to you. Also, the Strategic Plan Steering Committee has extended the deadline of their public survey. It was supposed to close December 1st, and we've extended it to December the 8th. So I wanted to let you know that, so you can continue to encourage people's participation. We're going to do another Facebook post. So hopefully we can get increased participation in that. Two other items. One, I know we had to cancel due to Gary's illness, the executive session, and I thought maybe we should seek a date for rescheduling that, if you're interested. So we can either kick that around now, or we can talk about it later. Whatever your will is.
Probably needs to happen for the first of the year.
Yeah, there's a couple of issues on there.
Couple of issues, yeah.
About the 11th.
We do have Plan Commission on the 11th, yes.
But it's 7.
It's at 7, so yeah.
Would we do 5:30? 6?
6, give us an hour, give us enough time. Because we have two subjects to discuss.
Whether I have enough time, I'll figure it out. It's fine.
What's the date? What date?
The 11th,
Next Monday.
5:30
Next
and
Monday.
11:30.
Yeah, more than a
Or,
couple,
I'm sorry,
more
the
than two.
11th at 5:30.
More than two things on that.
How busy is it?
You have one item.
Could be start at 6, break,
Recess.
recess, and then reconvene after.
Plan commission will be. That is out. 6.
I mean, I don't have a problem doing it that way.
Hey, you want to go 6?
6 o'clock next Monday.
Okay. And then the only other thing I have, if you'll indulge me for a minute. You might recall a year ago, September, was the state's bicentennial. And we celebrated in conjunction with the county, doing festivities, helping host a celebration site here in downtown Danville. And we also had an art project for the bicentennial. You might recall Terry Trout was the artist who painted the sculpture that's now placed on the courthouse square by the fountain. And so
Oh, aren't they sweet?
he asked me to present that to you. In spirit of cooperation for the bicentennial last
Is it bronze?
year. It looks like it, doesn't it? I couldn't have lifted it
Should have
probably
been
if it
gold.
was.
Gold was better.
That's the intent. There's a long story about why it took so long to get the baby bison, but.
Well, if
he's
you don't know
here
that
and
story by now, it's too late.
It's here and they finally got him, so. Share that with you and we'll
Gonna
find a
get
home
sued.
for him to display here somewhere. I'll let you invent a story, Tom. That's all I had.
Any other department head have anything? Mark? Thank you. All right, thank you. Jenny? You? Tom?
Nothing for me.
I did get the opportunity to see Gary on Sunday. Glad he's feeling better, a little bit better spirits. I agree, he would like to see guests. Tried not to talk about town business, but he kept looping back around to that. Has he got access to his emails again? Because that made him really cranky.
Fix that
So, happy Gary, happy town. Hope he recovers quickly and we see him either on the 14th or the 21st. 21st, bad because that actually.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, if it's the 14th, that's okay too. That's all I've got.
To follow up with the lack of respect to the council, with a couple folks giving laughter with the SRO job description, the reason that the SRO job description needs to be brought up and changed is because I've had 17 different individuals in Danville, phone calls in person, constituents, taxpayers, come to me and say, why are we paying a part-time officer to be at the schools for 3 weeks when our SRO is in Puerto Rico making extra money or on a vacation? In past, the SRO has always stood by the school calendar. Granted, that was a given. Apparently now it's not fiscally responsible with our police department to do that. So I would like to make that in the job description that the SRO stays with the school calendar, because our constituents and taxpayers shouldn't have to pay, none of us should have to pay our tax dollars for a part-time officer when the SRO wants to take off during the school year. And that's why I asked for the job description change. Thank you.
Jim? Well, that'll be something we'll discuss in the executive session, I'm sure. I'll leave my comments to that. Claim docket.
Move to approve.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pose same sign. Claim docket's approved, meeting's adjourned.